Hello there everyone and welcome back to another episode of Dragon Mania Legends. So, a little bit has been happening and I haven't really done a longish video in a little bit, so I thought, well, why not for today? So, I don't know if I mentioned it, but the Horn is the new Dragon of the Week, and the new Dragon of the Month is the Skeleton Dragon, as people obviously knew and I said before. And so, plant, wind, water, and metal are the elements that you need to breed the guy, and obviously I have done how to breed videos on both of these, but I have been trying to breed the skeleton with the coral plus wind so far. Obviously, no luck yet, but that's to be expected. Like, getting legendaries within 3 days would be crazy. But also, on top of that, there have been a few promotions going on. This promotion, where if you've ever spent gems or anything where you get 30% or 50% off bundles, keeps popping up. And I'm probably not going to buy any of them. And there is a Heavenly Day Hatch Dragons event on at the moment. I believe we have the Heavenly Dragon though somewhere. Unless I'm going crazy, I do not remember. But, yeah, like I said, I have just been trying to breed for the Skeleton Dragon, and on top of that, we are going to be doing some more of this, like I mentioned a few times, but we are so close to having all of the energy materials for our Golden Crow Dragon, since we only need, what is that, 8 more of the excellent ones. So we are going to be doing our enchantment fights first, and then just going to be kind of doing whatever, any fights that we find for the rest of the day. Because I don't really do too many map fights anymore, which is a little bit of a shame, but, you know, that's because they're incredibly boring doing them all at once, so I kind of like to give myself a few days or like a week between, so then I think, you know, I haven't done them in a while, so I'll perk my bum and I will get into action and ready myself for the next 30 minutes straight or 20 something minutes of playing. Because, like, any game that isn't a mobile game, I could pretty much sit down and just play for hours and hours and hours straight. But with games like this, I find it very, very, very difficult to sort of just sit there and mindlessly click without having to think about anything. It's very, very annoying to me. Let's try and find a lower level one. There we go. So, I don't know how some people do it. I don't know how people just, like, sit here and just, like, click and click and click and click for, like, 8 hours a day just to get to level 105 straight away. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. But we should have some of our, autocomplete tickets anyway for today, so we can use a few of those, get some nice gold, and, you know, I really should just, technically speaking, I should just sit here and use up my excess portal gems that I've hit the cap of again to just redo the crystal boss fight over and over again. Ooh, nice, we got a purple chest, like, pretty much straight away. What do we get? Excellent energy. No, that is not excellent, but it's better than nothing. But, yeah, like I said, I should just sit there and do those boss fights over and over and over again if I really wanted to get as much gold and as much food as I wanted, but I can't do that. I can only do that for events, because I know that there is a dragon at the end of it, which means I know that I'm going to have a new video ready. Because that's the way that I work with this game. I think, what is the thing that is going to get me a new dragon the quickest? And then I jump and I do that. Because I can't just sit here and play this game and think, oh, I'll get that dragon later, or oh, look, a new dragon, I'll worry about that in a few months. Because if I do that, what do you think is going to happen to the viewer count? It's going to keep going down and down because people have watched a different video on it already. So, it is a very different world for me. I really do have to prioritize just getting dragons, new stuff. I can't just sit here and get myself to do 700 fights straight just to get some extra gold. It just doesn't work in my brain like that. But I'm probably in the minority of players, especially for higher level players. Not that I'm a high level player anymore, because I'm still like what, 10 levels behind, something like that. But, alas, I will try while I am off. Because, actually, I don't think I've told you, but I'm actually off work for a week. So, I go back to work next Tuesday, and it is Tuesday right now. So, yeah, first week off in a little while. I don't know what I'm actually gonna do. I keep considering streaming, but I don't like the concept of streaming in a house where I'm not on my own. So, maybe I'll do it later on. Maybe, we'll see. But, yeah, I don't know, I guess I'm just gonna make a backlog of videos while I am off. Because I'm gonna be off and not doing a lot for most of it, not for the whole time. But, if I make a little backlog of videos, then I can upload them later on. Like, I've started doing some enchantment breeding videos for starting off level 1, well, level 2 breeding den enchantment dragons, like the bloom dragon, ant dragon, stuff like that. But, you know, making how to breed videos, one after another, gets very, very tiring and monotonous. So I plan on just sitting here for like 6 hours straight and just editing videos like that, but I would probably die inside. It would probably kill my poor soul. So I can't just sit there and do that. It just doesn't work. I wish it did. Then I'd be able to get out like 4 videos a day. Whoa, phone. Whoa, phone. Don't shout at me like that. I'm actually going to turn the sound completely off. So just give me a second. Again, I always forget that things are turned on. Come on, turn down. Very good. What kind of phones do you guys have anyway? Because my LG Spirit is like the worst thing imaginable. And it's getting to the point now where it thinks it's old, even though it's only like a year old, if that. But it keeps thinking that its storage is full just because it's getting completely full of random stuff and it won't let me delete anything anymore. So I have to pretty much put everything onto the SD card, but then it still says that the internal drive is full, so then it doesn't let me take pictures or anything. So I'm pretty much already looking to get a new phone. But I guess that's what I should expect, buying it from Asda for like 90 quid instead of a decent phone. I didn't have a lot of choice, I had to buy it that afternoon because I needed my phone that day. So, don't know what phone I'll get in exchange. Like, people have iPhones. No offense, but iPhones aren't built to last, which is why they make a new one every, like, couple of weeks. Well, that's an exaggeration, but anyone, usually in the tech world, knows that iPhones look pretty, but normally Androids are just better built. And whoa, this guy's a high level. Don't kill me. Damn it. But I don't plan on buying an iPhone. They're just not great. And it's like every single person I see has somehow managed to completely destroy their screen just by like tapping it with their nail. So I don't even want a Nexus because they'll just explode in your face. So what phone do you get these days? I still remember the old brick phones. All those memes. Very funny memes. Haha, you can't even break this phone because it's the strongest thing ever. Haha. I have no idea what I'm saying. Let's be honest. That doesn't matter. We're just sitting here doing some extremely intriguing enchantment battles as per usual. These fights require a lot of my thinking to complete. It's like Oh look, there is a level 30 dragon. I will take on that dragon with my level 40 dragon. Oh no, we have won. How thrilling! Maybe you can sense some of the sarcasm in my voice, but I do not find that thrilling. But this is what you have to do to get enchantment materials and trinkets. Because now, since we're looking for a level 6 upgraded den, we need 25,000 enchantment trinkets. And obviously, if you do enchantment fights, like, one after the other, as soon as your cooldowns are done, you come back and do more, then obviously you'd get those trinkets, like, pretty much then and there, just done. But, as I've said many times, I am not a person that sits here and plays this game for many hours a day. I was never even like that. Like, even in the earlier days, I used to be playing for like an hour max and then I'd just leave. But it is pretty sad that probably the only reason I am playing this game is just because of the YouTube channel and the community that I've created, because outside of that, like, do I really have any reason to do any of the enchantment fights, any of the map battles anymore? No. It's just an outright no. I'd be playing something that I can sit down and play for 10 hours a day whenever I'm off. But obviously all the stuff that you can do that for, people make videos on it already. So the only choice a lot of people have, DML people, is to make videos on this game, because not many people make videos anymore. Because if you've noticed, seems like DML is pretty much a dying game in terms of viewer count and new YouTubers and stuff like that. I mean, this game is going to be out for 2 years in a few months. So, this isn't a new game anymore. People are probably really looking for some big updates, or they're just gonna have kind of a kind of boring following like Dragon City and Dragon Vale do these days, because obviously those games are still going, but it's nowhere near the community that they used to have. And that's pretty much what is going to happen with every single game of that type. No matter what you do, that's just what's going to happen, unfortunately. But anyway, we are going to be going on and doing some dungeon fights, because I don't do them often enough. And we are very close to getting enough for the zombie dragon very soon, which will be a new dragon. I should have been doing dungeon fights every day, but the only time I do them is on camera, for the reasons I listed before. Well, hey ho, what can you do? And on top of that, I have managed to upgrade Autumn Dragon to level 58. So, instead of focusing on Comet Dragon, I am going to be focusing more on this Autumn Dragon for now. Because you can see that we could just destroy everything in one go with the Autumn Dragon, whereas with our Comet it does take a few turns. Like, obviously having the wind weaken the enemies is in general usually better, aside from when you can one-shot everything. Because it's like, if the Auto Dragon was to attack and the infection or the shadow wasn't enough to insta-kill something, then they would be attacking with full power and our Auto Dragon would probably die. Whereas if we used our Comet Dragon, he would survive because we'd weaken them so much. That is in general how it tends to work out. But hopefully if we change it around a little bit with our team. So normally the way that I do the dungeons is I would use the Autumn Dragon for the lower level fights and use the Clay and Comet for the higher fights. But the way it actually works out is that it's usually quicker to do the lower level dragon fights with these two, because the Clay Dragon is level 54, doesn't deal a whole lot of damage either. Like, he can't even one-shot that Elemental Dragon there. Obviously, if we powered him up, he probably would. But just in general, because he is falling behind in levels, because I've been focusing on the autumn so much, he is kind of lacking. I mean, obviously I knew that the Clay Dragon was the weakest out of our team anyway, because he was an epic and not like the others, but you know, I did really like his typing for our team, and I still really do. Just because in general, having the Stone Shield and Restorative Recourse is just way too good. It's way too good to not have, and I couldn't think of a legendary that I'd want, and I'd have to skip out on the energy element as well, which is something I didn't really want to do. I mean, how many times I've had to explain that in the past to people going, why'd you have a clay dragon? Why don't you pick a better dragon? Well, that's the way it is. And at this point, they are upgraded so high that I can't even go back anymore. Do you have any idea how much it would cost me to go back and upgrade a different dragon to level 50 something now? That would take way too much time and effort. And as someone that doesn't do fights, that's not gonna work, is it? It's just never ever gonna happen. Just put it that way. But I don't know. I don't know what to do anymore. Never do. Damn it, can't you just kill that guy in one shot? So problematic, being very lazy. Means I want everything done, like, very quickly. The Clay Dragon just does not give that all the time. But we should be done with these dungeon fights soon. We should see what we get. We'd better not win the Monk Dragon, otherwise I'm going to scream. Because I don't want another Monk Dragon. I only want the zombie. I just want more tokens. That's all I want. I just want tokens. Oh my god, just attack! Attack! What the heck? I know how to attack, game. How did I fail that like 3 times in a row? That's pretty bad. But after this we will just do some normal fights for a change, because when was the last time we did some of those, right? Forever ago. Literally millennia ago. Okay, not literally, but a while. Understandably. I know a lot of people just watch the enchantment fights and don't actually watch the dungeon fights or anything beyond that. Don't be the monk. Thank you. That was actually a very good one. 555. So how many are we away by now? Oh, so we're like 4,000 away, not even. More like 3,269. Ah, 69, how funny! Ha ha! Don't be that person, please. I'm that person, and I hate myself. No, I'm joking, but, let's do these auto-completes for now. I love having these auto battle tickets, they are so scrumptious. Oh, I love having this level of VIP just for these. And for the Gold Vault, actually. The Gold Vault is, a big lifesaver. You know, the thing that auto-collects all the gold that you have. Oh, it's lovely. It's beautiful. It saves so much unnecessary time, in all honesty. But we should get quite a lot of gold and food out of doing this. So I don't mind doing this. Like, we don't get so much food per se, but we get a decent amount of gold. So, you know, let's just do it. Let's just get the team out. But I don't know if our, if our Autumn Dragon can actually take these guys on and one-shot anything. So we're gonna have to do it like this. No. What am I doing? Let's just train him up. And then we'll go back in. Well, we'll just do a different fight now because I've lost the other one that we were at. I don't know, would it just be better for us to upgrade our Comet Dragon maybe? Like, train him up just to one-shot something? I don't know, we'll see. We will definitely see. But obviously our Autumn Dragon is going to be super duper strong now, and since he is at Enchantment level 2 as well. But just look at this terrible damage that our Clay Dragon does. And then our Infection just like one-shots him. It's a very big difference in terms of damage at this point. And plus I'm not really upgrading our Clay Dragon anymore. Because it's just like, why? Why would I? I might as well just upgrade the other two because they can destroy everything in existence. If only my first legendary had been like the Lantern or the Love Dragon or the Reindeer or something like that. That wind would be so good then. But hey ho, that's all in hindsight. Can't really change what's in the past. Just gotta move on. Just gotta move on with our day and just accept that things could have been done differently. You know? But I don't know, what else am I gonna do today? After I do this video, what else will I do? What are you guys gonna do? I'm guessing most of you are probably at school or at work today, or just doing whatever. I like that, just whatever. Doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter what you did. As long as you had fun doing it, I'm proud. If you didn't have fun doing it, then you should probably do something else. Or do something else eventually, at least. Like, if you're in, like, year 4 at school, I don't think it would be a good idea for me to suggest that you drop school at year 4, because that's not gonna happen. Unless you live in a country where that's normal. I don't know if there is one. Like, even in a really weird country, like, I'm not even gonna name a name because I don't want someone to get triggered or angry because I said that country was weird. But yeah, if you're like year 6 at school, then I mean, you don't really have a choice, so you might as well just stay at school anyway instead of having a little fit about it. But there is a choice later on with what you pick in terms of your schooling life. Like, if you get to the point where you're in like your last 2 or 3 years of school and then you're just like, wow, I hate all of this, then maybe school isn't the place for you. Just putting it out there, that's my opinion. It's like, if people just aren't happy at school, they're just not gonna do well, they're not gonna put in the effort, they're not gonna do their homework. So especially in like the last year or 2, what's the point of them staying on if it's just gonna make them miserable for no reason? If you bring kids up with the belief that they need to sit and do exactly what they don't want to do for their whole life, they're going to believe that they're just going to be miserable for the rest of their life. That's what I've seen in my own experience, at least. Not that I'm like some 60-year-old wise woman or anything like that. But just some food for thought, I guess. I just don't think it's smart to force it onto people to do stuff that they hate. Unless they're just being a big baby about it and it's like, Mum, I don't want to clean the fridge. I know it's mouldy because I left my yogurt in there for 3 months. That's not my fault. I don't want to do it. Well, if you left your yogurt in the fridge for 3 months, I would say, Timmy, you go and clean out that damn fridge. Okay? There's no fighting that. I have to say though, out of these 3 dragons, they are pretty sweet. We are going to get on to breeding the Hellfire eventually, but I remember when the Cupid came out. Look how weird the Cupid is. So strange. I actually love it. But yeah, I don't even really know what I talk about in these videos anymore. I don't know how I get onto the subject of like school and death and my favourite brand of drinks. Speaking of which, I haven't mentioned it in a while, but Cherry Tango. Oh my goodness gracious me. Cherry Tango. I had it for the first time last night because there was a can in the fridge, and I was like, "Hey yo, mama, is this yours or is that mine?" And she was like, "That's yours," and I was like, "Sweet." And you can imagine, as a cherry lover, it was my first experience, and I hope it is not my last. It's like, do you have a food or a drink where every single sip is like pure heaven? It's like the world has finally gone without war. It's like feminists and social justice warriors have finally stopped being idiotic and actually fought their cause in a decent manner for a change. It's like there is no longer any racism. It's perfection for every sip. That was my experience last night. I don't know what it is with me and my drinks, but like, just give me the drink I want, and then I will be the happiest human in the world for the rest of time. But what are your favourite foods? Have I ever asked that before? How many questions do I ask a video? That should be a question. But, like, what are your favourite foods? Because I always kind of switch mine up. Like, the other day I had some cockles, is what they're called. Haha, funny name. yeah, I get it. I get it because it has that word in it, right? But no, cockles are very weird. They're like mussels, like the sea creatures if you've ever seen them, not the muscles in your arm. And they're like little white things with like yellow points on them. And they taste like cockles is the only way I can describe it. It's like if someone said to you, can you describe what chicken tastes like? You might say like tender, juicy, or whatever, but then it's like, yeah, but what does it actually taste of? And it's like, I don't know, chicken? It's like some things just have a very distinct taste, where it's just, they are themselves. Whereas like, an orange, you could kind of argue that because it's citrusy, it's kind of like a lemon, or kind of like a kiwi fruit. Something weird like that. But yeah, with chicken, cockles in particular, they really have their own taste to me. Like, I guess you could argue that cockles taste a little bit just like random seafood, but they just have this nice little pinch that I like. I've loved cockles since I was a little kid, actually. And they're like, what, £2 per little jar? £3 per jar? It's a little bit expensive considering how few you get, but at the same time it's like, when you think about fish, I normally just think of like cod or salmon or just some other random normal fish, let's call it, if I want to even call it that, but like cockles and stuff like that, it's just weird. It's weird stuff. I don't know, but that's my take on things, at least. I love cockles. I love prawns or shrimp. Pretty much I am a lover of all seafood. Have I ever actually had seafood that I've hated? I genuinely don't think I have. Like, in all seriousness, I think I have enjoyed every single fish I have ever eaten. Even the ones that were cooked bad. Even the ones that probably gave me food poisoning, I think I still liked it. I don't know, some people are just like, I have said this before, but people are like, oh, I hate fish, fish is horrible, but is it the tang of the fish? Is it that salty taste? What is it about the fish you don't like? It's like, it doesn't make sense in my brain. Because obviously we all have our own preferences, and like, the specific taste that someone hates is probably the taste that someone else absolutely adores. So is it the tang of the fish you hate? Because the tang is what I like. I mean, the word tang is not actually the description I'm looking for. Because that's a very weird way to describe fish. Fish is not tangy. If it is tangy, you should probably not eat that one. Because it kind of sounds like I'm describing a citrus food. Ugh, that actually sounds rank. A citrus food. I don't know. But lasagna is pretty damn good. But I don't even know what's my #1 favourite thing. Although very close, if not the #1, is, you know, white sauce pasta. I think they have white sauce in, like, carbonara. Like, spaghetti carbonara, or whatever it's called. I don't know. But I normally love that white sauce. I can't believe I could sit here and say, oh, I love that white sauce. Yes, it sounds very wrong, I get it. I'm not trying to make it sound like that. It's just true. I love me some white sauce with some mushrooms. Take it how you want to. Assume what you want about my words. I don't care. Quote me on it if you want to. I will not deny that I love white sauce. Okay? Use how many dirty jokes you want. That's just how I am. But I guess it is intriguing to hear, like, other people's preferences. Because just think, like, some people's favourite food is, like, pepper. Or spinach. How weird is that? How often do you hear someone say, my favourite food is spinach? I don't even remember the last time I had it, to be honest. That'd be so weird. It really is. Just thinking about how different some people's tastes are. Very strange. Speaking of which, I'm pretty sure I am a fan of caviar, so I guess I have expensive taste. Who knows? But we are very close to actually finishing up pretty much every fight that we can manage today in the game. But I don't really know if there's anything else left to do apart from some more enchantment battles. Do I really want to do any more? I'll decide in about 2 minutes. I don't know. But it's very hard for me to just sit here and record straight for a long period of time. Mostly because of the fact that I sit on my bed, which is in front of my monitor. The problem with that, there wouldn't be any problem normally, but my bed is the creakiest thing in the known universe. So if I move even slightly, then it will just go creak, 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 and loud screeching will occur. Then everyone will cry. And at the same time, my smoke alarm does need its batteries replacing, but I am not tall enough to take the panel off and look at what batteries it needs. So instead it just sits there. And I don't know, sometimes it'll do it every minute, it'll just go beep. Or then every 20 minutes it'll go beep. Or then it'll do it 5 times in a row for no reason. It's very sporadic with its patterns, but I do realise that is important that I change those batteries. Oh my god, that is a sneeze! Ah! That is a sneeze. Oh, what a useful card, thank you. I only have 51 of these. Oh, please give me more of those. Oh, I beg. Give me some more. Do we have any more for card packs? No, we actually have, like, no things. But at the same time, we haven't had a Guardian Dragon piece in how long now? Forever? Legitimately weeks. Weeks and weeks since we've had one. But we do have 1.1 million food after all those battles, so let's feed him up a quarter of a level. There we go. If we get into level 60 soon, I'll be pretty happy about that. But I am going to collect all of the gold for now. I did use Kronos earlier just to speed up these breedings. But yeah, I'm still going to be working on getting the skeleton dragon for a good while. And, you know, we'll see what happens. Hopefully I get him soon enough. but, you know, we'll just wait and see for now. And obviously I already have the Horn Drugger, so at least I don't have to worry about getting that guy as well. But we have plenty of gold. Let's clear out these pines, finish clearing up this island soon, and then we'll be good to go. I love the little penguin on here. But keep looking at the DML Facebook pages and stuff like I usually say, but in particular soon, because they haven't posted anything in a while. So, you know, I suggest you keep up to date with those things. Not insinuating anything, but just do it soon. So go and check it out. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. It's a long video today, I know, but thank you for being here. Love you. Love you for being here. Thank you. But until next time, I will keep breeding. So good luck, and I will see you next time.